Do you remember the first time you met Marcel Broodthaers?
Yes, yes, I can tell you. It's a story.
Yes.
I never have, you know, I moved from Berlin. I escaped from Berlin to Cologne, and I entered a gallery because I needed one, because I had no money in my pocket and I needed a telephone and a bank account. So I was with Galerie Hake, and I had my girlfriend, which later became my wife. And we never have been in Brussels. And then we did the first trip to Brussels, ended up on Place de Sablon, about lunchtime. So we had lunch. And after lunch, I paid the bill, and I asked accidentally the waiter, by chance, did you ever hear the name Marcel Broodthaers? And he said, yeah, sure. And I said, so what can you tell me? Where does he live? It's just up the Place Sablon, Rue Pépinière, number so-and-so. So we went there, you know, we walked there, it was not very far, and rang the bell, and out came Maria Broodthaers, and she took us in, and we left, I think, the next day.
Crazy.
Yes.
But how have you been told about him already?
I saw a tiny, you know, postage stamp, large, black and white reproduction by one of his works, which I still owe, Structure Primaire.
Uh-huh. And so you organized this first exhibition in Germany, right?
Well, yeah, he had his first exhibition with me, yeah.
And so when did you meet him? What year? Do you remember?
I know, I don't remember numbers anymore. I'm totally gaga. The thing is, you have to understand the time, you know, it's 45 years or whatever back. And, you know, nobody had money. I didn't have money. I just had the money to pay for the meal and for the gasoline, you know, and for, you know, basically we had some rest of money for a hotel, which we didn't need because we stayed at Marcel. And Marcel had no money, same. And, you know, nobody had money. So for Broodthaers, it looked like there was a dealer from Cologne nearby. So, you know, I was in demand directly, and he was in demand for me because I needed, you know, I had artists like Baselitz and Penck, nobody wanted. They still laughed about these paintings, or they offered me books about modern art so I learn about it. Huh? And,
wow.
And, you know, it's a totally different time. And
Of
it was
course.
forbidden to paint figurative, only abstract. You know, it was taboo to be a painter figurative.
Yes, but Marcel Broodthaers was not in the field of
was
painting.
A concept artist.
And why were you interested by him?
Because this little reproduction I had in my hands, you know, probably I didn't even bring it, was was letters and words on canvas, painted.
Ah, and so you thought it was interesting?
Yes, it was interesting. It still is interesting.
Of course, but because he was analyzing the system of the art, the value, the recognition.
As long as he lived, we never stopped talking about art in general, in the philosophical sense, and in the practical sense, and in the strategical sense. And in the end, we never agreed on anything. And I told him, but anyway, you can paint a painting. Another time, I tell you when he tried. It's a longer story, you know.
Oh, wow. And so you also happen to know his daughter.
Sorry?
His daughter.
Well, we visited often, and they visited Cologne, and they stayed, you know, in our house, and they took the daughter with them.
And after, she happened to work with you, right?
Yeah, she didn't really know how to proceed with her career because she didn't want to become a doctor or something, you know. So she ended up in the art world, which is a bit sad, but she did a good job. She did this amazing Byars thing for 6 months, the death of James Lee Byars. You should get a photograph of her. You find it in the catalog.
Merci beaucoup.
You're welcome. Bye.